My family always wanted a boy in their house, so the moment the doctor announced a girl, it felt like a death sentence. My father didn't hold me. He looked at my tiny shivering body with pure disgust, as if the nurses had handed him a piece of hazardous waste. To them, a son was a legacy, but a daughter was an expensive mistake. I wasn't welcomed into a loving home. I was treated like trash that had accidentally been brought inside instead of thrown into the dumpster. Growing up, my primary function was to be invisible yet indispensable. While the neighbors' kids took ballet lessons and went to summer camp, I was scrubbing the baseboards, packing my father's corporate lunches, and ironing my mother's designer blouses. I became a ghost who cooked, cleaned, and anticipated their every whim, foolishly believing that if the house was spotless enough, they might finally look at me and see a precious daughter instead of a piece of domestic garbage. Dinner was a daily exercise in humiliation. I was never allowed to sit at the dinner table to sit there and eat with them. Instead, I had to sit on a cold floor and eat alone in the corner of the kitchen. Nobody treated me well, no matter how hard I pushed myself. I tried so hard to get smiles on their faces by anticipating their every need, but they didn't even care about that. To them, I was just a stray dog waiting for scraps on the hardwood tile. In that cold house, there was only one person that cared about me. It was my grandfather. He told me everything about the world, sharing stories of resilience and hope that the others tried to starve out of me. He was good with me, always pulling up a stool so I didn't have to feel so small. With him, I feel good, completely safe from the cruel whispers of my parents. He became my anchor, the only soul who reminded me that my life actually had worth. I poured my desperation into my schoolwork, thinking achievements could bridge the gap. When I maintained a perfect GPA and was named valedictorian of my high school class, I proudly presented the letter to my father at breakfast. He didn't even look up from his Wall Street Journal. He simply muttered that a girl's education was an expensive waste of time since I wouldn't carry the family name anyway. That day, I realized no amount of gold stars could bleach the stain of my gender. To make matters worse, my father always loved his brother's sons with a passion he never showed me. Whenever my cousins visited, the house transformed. My father showered his brother's sons with expensive gifts, praised their achievements, and beamed with pride just looking at them. I was forced to serve them drinks and clean up after their games, while my father hugged them, openly wishing they were his own. Seeing him be a loving father to his brother's sons broke my heart. One night, sitting on that cold floor while they ate at the table, the pain became too much to bear. I looked up and asked everyone why they don't even care about me, why they treated me like garbage or something while my cousin gets everything. With tears streaming down my face, I cried out, asking why they did this to me when I didn't tell God to make me a girl. I didn't tell him to send me here. They just stared at me with cold indifference. At the age of 18, I decided I couldn't take the suffocating cruelty anymore. I leave everything behind. I leave my house without looking back at the people who spent a lifetime making me feel completely worthless. I walked out into the world with nothing but the clothes on my back and a burning desire to breathe free, finally shedding the heavy, painful identity of being the family's unwanted garbage. But I wasn't entirely alone in this cold world. My grandfather, the only one who truly loved me, stepped in to change my destiny forever. He didn't let me fall. Instead, he buy me a new house and give me everything I needed to start my life completely fresh. Standing in my own home, paid for by the only man who saw my real value, I finally closed the door on the past, knowing that I am loved, safe, and truly free.